This isn't just another podcast. It's a movement, a global wave of women from Nairobi to Nashville, Seoul to Sao Paulo, stepping out of the shadows and into the spotlight. Women who are ready to be seen, to be heard, to be unmuted. I'm Anjuli Marshall, an award-winning ABC and NBC journalist and speaker, turned business strategist, coach, and mom. My mission? To amplify the voices of women who were never meant to stay silent. One woman, one voice, one story at a time. So go ahead, put on your comfy pants, grab a coffee, and maybe the remote. Are you ready to press the button? Unmuted starts right now. Hello, and welcome to the Unmuted podcast. I'm your host, Anjuli Marshall. And this is the show where we amplify real stories of real women rewriting the rules of success and leading with heart. I'm so excited, guys. Today's guest is a creative strategist. She's a coach, and she's the VP of Vibes and Vision, Chivonne "Chi" Hitchens. Chi's work invites women and leaders to stop performing and start embodying their truth, using creativity and emotional intelligence as keys to healing and liberation. And I am so excited that Chi is here. Chi, welcome to the stage. Welcome to the podcast. We're so happy that you're here. How are you today?
I am doing exceptionally well, especially be here to bless all the beautiful ladies in the space and sprinkle some good energy everywhere.
Yeah, we love that. So I'm excited because I love that so let me go back to it. Your title is the VP of Vibes and Vision. Tell me about that.
So actually, my business partner and the founder of HG Workshops, Laura, she actually gave me that title because anytime somebody comes into our creative wellness space in Northfields, they're going to feel all the good vibes. And also, I'm helping with the creative vision for the future for the craft route because our goal is to turn it into a nationwide franchise. So a part of that is more about my personality and what I actually bring to the space when we're doing any of the creative workshops or any corporate team building sessions that blend the emotional intelligence. So really, I am her right-hand lady.
I love that. And it sounds like you are really enjoying what you're doing. So tell me about, is it Craft House?
It's a creative wellness space. So basically it's a craft space. People can come into there. We actually have it set up almost like a restaurant. So that's why we call it the Craftrant. And you come in, you get greeted, you get a craft menu, you choose from the craft menu. There's a bunch of different crafts that they can choose. And then they enjoy we have BYOB, so they can come in, they can enjoy their time with their partner or with their best friends and have a good time. And we also have local artists come in to actually teach their crafts. And we also help them to give them a platform so that they can actually try out their business ideas, their creative business ideas, and build up their client base as well.
That is the coolest idea. How on earth did that come about?
Actually, my partner Laura, she came up with the idea for the Creative Works craft space. HG actually stands for Higher Ground. She is a military veteran, so for her it was all about looking at things from a higher vantage point. And she's also a certified yoga instructor, so she's really big on blending the creativity with the wellness. And when I met her, she had just been open for a couple months. We've been open for 2 years, and she actually found me on Instagram through my other wellness company that I had. And she was jumped in my DMs and said, "Hey girl, I'm having this thing in this new space." And I'm like, "Oh, this is 15 minutes from my house." I was like, "Oh, I love this concept. Let me go and meet her." We instantly connected. And I was just like, "I love everything you're about. I love your mission. I love your vision. I want to get money with you." Literally, that's what I said. And we have been rocking ever since. I'm so blessed to have found her. She is an exceptional human being. And the goal is we wanted to bring people together, especially after COVID, where so many people were disconnected. We wanted to create a space where people could just leave their phones behind and
Yeah.
really connect with themselves through channeling their energy in a creative project that's also beautiful and connects a memory to their experience. So HG really is about community building, and it's also about connecting back to yourself and making sure you're sprinkling self-care on yourself.
Ooh, I love that. That's really good. So, Chi, what would you say inspired you and your business partner to combine creativity and emotional intelligence to your approach when it comes to healing and leadership? Because you've talked about healing and leadership when you uh, before we hopped on the show. So I just want our viewers to hear more about that.
So I have been teaching emotional intelligence through my coaching practice for the past 13 years. And
Okay.
she actually has a position in her husband's company as an HR director. So
Mhm.
it almost was like meant to be, because
Yeah.
I've also done trainings for different corporations, doing team building trainings for them. I would do emotional intelligence through leadership training with different corporate leaders and different executives. So taking my concept of working with executives and leadership in coaching and also just in team building, and then taking her HR experience, and she's always been a big wellness person. Everything she does, she wants to integrate wellness into it and mindfulness into it. So we got the idea of like, hey, like a lot of the tools that leaders need is really based in emotional intelligence. But a lot of times when you're doing like mandatory trainings or even when you're doing team building things, it's kind of like people aren't really as engaged.
Yeah.
And we were like, it would be so cool if people could actually like do a craft and actually connect it to a goal that they had for their team.
Wow.
And we
Yeah.
could actually help people to get trainings without even realizing that they're getting trainings and having fun, and then
You know
having
what?
something as a reminder in their office space to remind them of those different tools that they gained through that experience.
Yeah. That reminds me of, so I have 2 little ones, and sometimes when you're doing something, learning a new skill set, crafting or, um, to your point, just doing something with your hands, engaging yourself with, whatever that project is, it really helps to lock in the memory and to connect with whatever the goal is that you have, whatever the thing is that you're trying to teach the child. And so it reminds me that that's not a child-based thing. That's how people learn. And so when you and your business partner, when you guys discovered that when you sync up, it's just better. What do you feel opened? Do you feel like something opened, like it things just became clear for you guys, or was it more of an uphill battle trying to figure out how to make it work?
Kind of a blend of both, because when
Okay.
you're in business, everything is a uphill battle.
Right.
But our we were so aligned with our personal inner constitutions and our vision for what we wanted. That wasn't a hard push for us, because our ultimate goal essentially is to just help people activate to their highest potential of self. We just happen to use crafting and emotional intelligence tools as mediums for that. So
Yeah.
it was almost like this is actually like needed, not just from a personal standpoint, but also professionally, because the professionals that are doing their work are human beings. So we really wanted to be able to ground the energy of like, let's figure out how we can connect people on a really personal level, even if they're in even if they're in a professional atmosphere, because how you connect matters. Um, so we were like, okay, like let's figure out how does this actually work practically, because that's the other piece too, is like being able to make sure that this is something that's going to be appealing to different corporate decision makers, because we already know that people love crafting. So that was kind of like our kind of challenge. So we actually like played around with a couple different concepts. We did a couple of different like mock runs to make sure that it was like effective, and then we got feedback to make sure that what we were building for people actually got results.
Mm. And what did you guys find was the biggest challenge when you were working through trying to get those results?
I think the biggest challenge is really just about onboarding more team members with the same mission that have that same energy. Um, it's really difficult to, not really difficult, but it's hard to find people that go a little bit further than just doing a job. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not that difficult, but finding people that are truly aligned to the mission and making sure that when we're doing, especially when we're doing things with corporations, that we're able to like integrate a part of who they are into the business, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because we want to make sure that the people that we bring on board to our team are actually embodying the same values and the same mission as we are, even if it's not their personal mission, their mission should still be aligned with, we want to be able to help people grow. And I want to be able to help myself grow in the process. So finding team has been like, that's always an uphill battle. I think that's an uphill battle for every business owner. Actually going through and doing like the research and development, like actually like doing the work, that was like, mastering that piece was a little difficult too. I think there's challenges in every piece of like executing something, especially when it's new. We had to really think about what do they need? What pain point are we actually helping them to solve? And once we got that down, we were like, okay, like now we're moving, now we're getting bookings, now people are getting the concept. Now they're starting to see how it's actually helping them to actually to reinforce the team building aspect. That's helping people to come to work and they're actually connecting more, they're engaging more. So it took a little bit of trial and error and working with different companies and just testing things. Like the testing phase is always like the hardest part of any new thing because people have been doing team building trainings forever, but this was a completely different concept of blending crafting and emotional intelligence and like let's make sure that we're actually hitting those corporate target goals too. So that was kind of like the difficult thing is how do we blend this so people don't think it's like woo woo and we can make sure that they're still getting their ROI for this.
Totally. I think that's a big challenge for sure. Is when you're working with corporate America, you want to make sure that uh, they have their goals as well, and they just want you to accomplish what they want you to accomplish. But you have goals, and it sounds like you guys have found that happy medium. I want to talk about a visibility plan in personal. Um, so you had talked before, and so I read a little bit about what you guys are doing, and I just think it's so phenomenal. And I think it's so brilliant because a lot of people don't think about the approach that you're taking to enable emotional healing and awareness through the crafting. And I love the crafterant idea, but my question is, what role does visibility play, like in the leadership aspect? And then you'd also talked about personal liberation. Can you talk about that a little bit?
It plays a major role because a lot of times when people come into our space, they're kind of in kind of like this cocoon.
Mm,
They're yes, they're coming to seek fun. They're coming to like unwind. Um, but a lot of times they're coming with a lot of like heavy energy when it comes to their professional life, when it comes to their personal life. So as they're crafting, they actually become part of our community. So everybody's getting like a little mini coaching session, a little mini prep session. So as people are doing art, when people are doing their craft, it actually reveals a lot about the type of person they are, whether they're like more shy, whether they don't want to take as much risks. A lot of people are very nervous when they're choosing a craft and saying, oh, this might be too hard for me. I might not be able to do it. Or, oh, I don't want to put too much razzle dazzle on it. And I'm like, girl, you just go for it. There are no rules here. Like, you got to be bold. Like, if you want glitter, put glitter. If you want some like shiny glass, put shiny glass, girl. And people come out and they're like, I really could do this. I didn't even think that I could do this. I didn't even think that I could create this beautiful thing. And it's like sometimes people just they need the environment and they need the motivation and the support and just to remember like you really can do anything. Like you can create beautiful things. And even when they step out, it's like you can go out, you could be more confident. You can actually sometimes you got Be bold, girl. You don't have to just play it small because people start having conversations with you about what's going on with them personally. And a lot of times, especially a lot of the women that are older, they live their whole lives for all of their family members, for society, for what they think that they're supposed to be. And they're like, I don't actually know who I am. I don't even know what I'm doing. They might even get to retirement age and was like, I don't know who I am outside of being a mother, outside
Wow.
of my role at my job, outside of being a wife. And when
Wow.
they're coming into our space, we're reminding them that number one, like you deserve comfort, you deserve peace, you deserve stillness and softness. And even though you are a warrior goddess, you are allowed to be gentle.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
create a space where people can really come and connect to themselves and ask the question, what do I really want?
Yeah.
Because it's crazy. People think it's always just crafting, but it really opens people up to be vulnerable and share what their struggles are and what they're actually going through. And when they're in the space with us, we actually support them to, hey, like you can do whatever you want. You can actually live for yourself. You
Yeah.
should be taking care of yourself first. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Like your cup should be overflowing and everybody should get the runoff. And I personally went through that myself too. Like I burned out twice, which actually led me to create my coaching practice because I worked in social services for over a decade and I was constantly pouring into other people. And even building my business, I was like, okay, like, I'm just doing this for my family. I'm just doing this and it's just like, what am I really doing this for? Like, what am I really doing this for? What am I really building this for at the end of the day? If I'm exhausted and I'm just running on fumes all the time, I wasn't in like great energy. My health was trash. And I was just like, what am I doing? And I was just so tired. I was like, oh, I've just been doing stuff because I'm so exhausted and I'm just on autopilot. So it really made me like kind of pause and say, like, even when I onboarded with Laura, I had to say, like, what is it that I really like want to do? Like, what is my true focus? Who do I really want to work with? And I am very passionate about, especially about helping women realign to who they are truly and remembering because you already have it within you. Like nobody's teaching you anything. I don't teach anybody anything. I just remind people of the power that they already have within themselves and say, look, boo, you already got this. I'm just a reminder. I'm just like, if the universe was gonna send you a sign, hey boo, go ahead, girl, you got this. You already got this. Like, go ahead, let's go. What we doing? Um, but yeah, I think visibility is so important. Like we are all here for a specific purpose, a specific reason. This is not an accident. And it is so important that people share their gifts. They speak up for what they need to speak up for, ask for what you need because what do you say? God doesn't, God gives you what you ask for. Like you ask and you shall receive. So you need to make sure that you are asking, hey, I need this. If it is so aligned, it will be mine because I can't lose what's not divinely mine. So I wasn't always this, hey, y'all, hey type of lady. It took a lot of practice and it still takes a lot of practice for me to show up every single day as my most authentic self. Because sometimes I'll have a feeling, maybe I might be too much. Maybe I might be too, maybe I'm too glittery. And I'm like, no, not anymore. Now I'm like, hey, y'all, hey, what's going on? Like, it's going to be a good day. Like, how's everybody doing? Sprinkle, sprinkle. It's vibes over here. And I want more people, especially women, to step into their power and spread your sprinkles. If you're a sprinkle girl, be a sprinkle girl. Don't hold back for people because you think people might judge you or they might look at you crazy.
That's great.
Absolutely not. You are that girl. Stand on it.
Stand on it. Stand
So
on
yeah,
it.
visibility is everything. That's why I love this.
That's so great. Chi, can you share a memorable transformation where a client reclaimed their voice and unmuted themselves?
I can. So I have a client who she is an exceptional woman. She's an exceptional artist. She went through a very, very tough marriage where she was almost hidden away. She was a she's a single mother to two beautiful babies. The husband, she comes from a very strict religious background, and the husband was very traditional, and her voice was very much muted. Like she didn't have any say in anything that she did, but a brilliant, brilliant artist. She finally made the decision to move on with her life. So I helped her. I was like, all right, girl, this is what we're going to do. We got to have a game plan together. You're seeing your therapist because you know you need those extra supports. I'm going to help you with the other stuff. We're going to help you. Like, what does it look like for you to be out here on your own? If this is your choice that you want to make, let's make sure that you create stability. Let's create this community. Let's make sure that you have what you need so that you can move forth with confidence. And today she has started her own artistic therapeutic art business.
That's
She
amazing.
is working locally with other artists and other art foundations, and she is thriving. She is thriving. Her babies are happy and healthy. She has moved out and moved on. Her divorce is finalized. She is actually getting outside and meeting new people, and all
Wow.
this is new for her. So I'm super, super excited and happy for her. And she continues to do the work every day to show up for herself and to show up for her children and just to show up for life. And I'm so, so very proud of her and all the progress that she continues to make. And she's probably going to watch because I'm going to send this to her. And yeah, I'm so blown away by the progress that she's been able to make in such a short time. Because literally, from when I started working with her from now, like it's been like a year, and her whole entire life has transformed within a year.
Wow. Wow. That's amazing. I love that story. I hope she's watching. I hope she's gonna get a
Yes.
chance to. Yes, because you're giving her flowers before, like what is the saying? We should give each other our flowers
Before we're gone, you got to give
before
them
we're
to you while you're
gone.
here.
Give people their flowers. So flowers to you, mama. Whoever you are, I'm so excited for you. Um, yes, and some sprinkles.
The sprinkles.
What does what does blending strategy and soul, like tactically, what does that look like in your business?
So for me, it's about being your most authentic self, but
Mm,
doing it in a way that it actually supports your goals and gets you your results.
okay. Can you give
So
me an
depending on
example?
the individual and the person and their goal, we actually create a plan for them. And as we move through and we're accomplishing things, it's going to change, but the goal is always to do things according to how you're designed, not doing things based on society, not doing things based on, oh, I see this person on Instagram doing that, so I think I should do that. It's really
Yeah,
about being authentically you, so that when you are living your life, you're doing it in a way that's so authentic that you don't even feel like you're like it's a breath of fresh air for you. I want
yeah,
people to wake up and be excited. Like, oh my gosh, I like the sun is shining, like, let's go. I'm super excited to be doing what I'm doing, to live the life that I'm living, and
yeah,
just to feel blessed, to feel that energy. And I think you can't do that unless you're your true authentic self. And when you're diminishing yourself, or when you're not saying what it is that you need, or being afraid to be able to share how you feel, I think that creates blockages within yourself. But anyone can learn anything. So
yeah,
you can learn how to get out of those negative like mindsets. You can learn how to do things differently for yourself. There's no thing on this planet that is new. So if there's a thing that you want to achieve, you can do that.
yeah,
And you can do that in a way that's authentic. You can do that in a way that's aligned. And the best way to do that is to create a plan and to be strategic and be very, very intentional about what it is that you want and who you want to be when you get there.
yeah. I love that so much. I love when it comes to coaching, one of the things that I love most that I get to help my clients with is backwards planning, right? So we start with the end in mind, and then like where do you see yourself at the end? And let's construct a plan that helps you. And the navigating the journey is the toughest part. A lot of us can hear this is their journey, but so many of us have not actually taken the time to just reflect and say, here's what I actually want. Here's what's going to make me happy. And so I love that you're doing that. And so for any of the women who are listening, who may be struggling, like your friend you had mentioned, just feeling muted, and I don't feel seen, I don't feel heard. What would you say? What is your first piece of advice? What's an encouraging message that you would give to that woman right now?
That you are worthy. You are worthy of love. You are worthy of kindness. You are worthy of dignity and respect. And not only are you worthy, it is your birthright. It is your birthright to walk in the energy of everything that you are in a space where you are, because what do you look like uninterrupted? What do you look like when you're operating at your fullest capacity, your fullest joy, your fullest peace? And when you're choosing that every single day, not because of what circumstances is happening, because I truly am like, no, this is what we're going to do today. So no matter what chaos is swirling around me, I'm going to be the calm.
Yeah.
And you got this, boo, and you are loved and you are appreciated. That's, to me, that's
Yeah.
the biggest thing that I want to share with every single person watching, is that you are so loved and you are so appreciated, and you deserve every good thing in this world.
Mm. I love that so much. Um, you stopped me in my tracks when you said, what do you look like uninterrupted? Do you remember a time when you had not yet discovered that?
Absolutely. I was living for family expectations. I was being a person that I had to be because I had to help raise my sisters young. I had to put certain things to the side because I had to take care of other people. You get to a certain space when you realize, even like within family dynamics,
Mhm.
that sometimes you're just that person that shows up for people and they're not going to show up in that way for you. And it ends up burning you out a little bit. And even though I wouldn't have never not done that, because that's just who I am, I also had to realize that healthy boundaries were really, really important. And now when I'm in a situation where I'm not being treated the way that I deserve to be treated based on how I'm interacting with that person, I always ask myself one question: do I deserve this?
Mm.
Do I deserve it? The answer is all caps no. So I can love the person, but I can dislike the behavior, and I can separate the two. So because I don't accept certain behaviors, I'm not going to put myself in a situation where I'm going to continue to um, be mistreated.
Yeah.
So I think that was really important for me too, is making sure like I wasn't setting appropriate boundaries. And that's why I felt muted, because I wasn't setting appropriate boundaries. And once I realized it was up to me to set the appropriate boundaries, it's not for me to have the conversation and to continue to explain and to say, hey, this is, I just want you to be, no, they're going to do what they're going to do. And I have to accept that they are where they're at. And I have to make the decision on how I am going to show up for myself, not just for others, but also for me, and move in that energy and stand on it.
Yeah. That's so great. That's so great. Chi, I could just talk to you all day, girl. This is so good, so good. And you've already given so many wonderful snippets, like just nuggets of wisdom. And so I'm so grateful. I'm so thankful that you're here, and I'm really hopeful and expectant, because I know that there's some women out there who are just like, the freedom is right there. Like they're gonna walk into it, and I'm really excited about that. Do you remember I told you we're gonna do something at the end of the show? It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yay,
Remember I
let's
told
have fun.
Okay, it's called Hot Mic. So basically, it's 15 rapid fire questions. And the only rule that we have is you have to say the first thing, not the second, third, fourth, first thing that comes to mind.
All right.
Okay, yay. Okay. All right. Are you ready? Chi,
I'm ready. Let's go.
hot mic. Here we go. Question 1. Favorite creative ritual?
Mm, journaling.
Yes. A tool you could not work without?
Who I could not work without?
Mhm.
A person?
A tool.
Oh, a tool. Emotional intelligence.
There you go. A song that instantly changes your mood?
Mine by what is her name? Isley, Alex Isley. Mine by Alex Isley.
I just discovered her.
I love her
I
so much.
I love her so much. Okay. Current book that's on your nightstand?
What is that? Shambhala. As I'm like looking at it right now, it's like Shambhala. I forget what the name of the author is, but it's Shambhala. It's like basically the gentle warrior. It's about being a gentle warrior.
Okay. Okay. Personal mantra or affirmation?
Mm, mind your business and stay out the way.
That. Come on. The go-to way that you reset your vibe?
Stillness. Stillness and
Mm,
silence.
okay. All right. What's your coffee order?
Ooh, I need a dirty chai. So it's a vanilla chai with an extra shot of espresso.
Okay.
They
Okay.
call it a dirty hippie.
Okay, a dirty hippie. I like that. I like that. Is that an everyday order for you?
That's not every day.
Yeah.
Usually I have my Green Mountain Dark Magic and I have my little French vanilla creamer, just a little smidge because I like my coffee to be a little smoky.
You're a coffee girl. I love that. The most unwanted moment of your journey?
Mm. Realizing that my mother didn't love me the way I loved her.
Mm. A mentor who changed your life?
Carol Waddies.
Okay.
That's my girl.
Okay. Dream collaboration?
Mm. Dream collaboration. Tony Robbins.
Ooh, okay. What do you want to do?
I want to do something phenomenal. I want to do something
Something phenomenal.
explosive. I want to like flip the script. And his wife too. I like his wife.
Yeah, I like that. Okay. What is in your creative toolkit?
My creative toolkit is affirmations. Um, I really like doing crafts with crystals. Um, and just for me to get my creative juices flowing, I always have a notebook and I always have a pen because I'm an old school girly. So I like to actually put pen to paper. And that helps me with my creative manifestation, like getting all of my energy out. And so that I can actually see things. I love lists and stuff. Like, I'm a very structured girl.
Love that. What is the best piece of advice you have ever received?
Be gentle with yourself.
Mm, that's really good. What is the best piece of advice you never received?
Mm. People are who they are.
Mm,
People are who they are, and you have to accept it. That doesn't mean you have to like it.
that's a bar. A surprising fact about you.
Hmm. I am a nerd. I am really a nerd. I love to learn about the origins, and I will like literally learn about like everything under the sun. Like I have books about everything. So I am super curious just about the world and I read so many books. Like I have so many books, it's crazy.
And you're an actual book person, not an audiobook, right?
actual physical. I need physical books. Like I like to touch it. I like the smell of the pages. Like I'm big
Mm,
on physical books. I feel
yeah.
like there's a different connection when you're actually reading an actual book as opposed to an audiobook. I don't connect with audiobooks as much as I do physical books.
Yeah, I agree with that. A project, a passion project that you are excited to start working on.
Mm. Our online community. We're starting to ramp up an online community for creatives, and it's going to be really cool. So we're working everything out, and I'm really excited to be able to like blend like the creativity and the soul and the strategy together and create a space where anybody from anywhere, even if they're not local, they can come connect and vibe with us and get this good energy.
Love that. A moment or a cause that you love.
You said a moment or a cause that I love?
Mhm.
Crops, baby. Crops is a New Jersey nonprofit in New Jersey that is helping to change the landscape of Atlantic City by because it's a food desert. So they're actually planting, creating gardens, community gardens everywhere. The goal is to have food grown everywhere. So they teach the local people how to garden, how to monetize. We have farmers markets in the park. I've been on the board with them for about 2 years. I absolutely love it, and I just love the work that they're doing. They actually created the first food hub in Atlantic City. So that people can actually come and get fresh produce, and we are actually developing an app that people can actually use their SNAP benefits and
Mhm.
senior vouchers, so that they can actually get food on demand.
Fresh food, healthy food.
Fresh, fresh, healthy food that's grown locally.
That's beautiful. I love that.
It's a big deal. Cropsnj.org. We're having our fundraiser coming up in September. So we need the support so we can continue to grow our program and help more people. And we want to spread this to every major city. Like that's my vision. I'm like, they need a crops everywhere because we need gardens everywhere, honey.
Um, let's get them on the show.
We will do that. I will make sure that I get you connected to them.
Please, we're opening. We were talking. I was talking with my team, and we just opened our second round of interviews, and like people are coming from everywhere, and I'm so excited. I want to talk to someone from Crops. That sounds amazing. It sounds amazing. Okay, last question, Chi. One wish for every single woman who is listening here today.
Hold on one second.
Okay.
I'll make sure that she don't die. Oop, because she's about to die. Okay.
Take your time. We don't want
Okay.
you to, you don't want that to die.
Right. Technical technical difficulties. We gotta get technicals together. Okay. I'm back.
You're great.
Oh, fuck. Fuck.
You're good, girl. I think we may have lost Chi. It's possible. We'll see. We'll see. If we did, that's okay. It happens. But anyone and everyone who's been watching at home, if Chi's message resonated with you and you felt some of the love sprinkles that she was passing out, um, I just want to make sure that you have a way to contact Chi, that you can reach out and ask questions, and you can support Chi and the journey that she's on right now with her crafterant and so many different things that she's doing. And so we'll make sure that when this goes live, we'll have the information for Chi. So it's easy for you to get in contact with her. I hope that you enjoyed this episode. I hope that something resonated with you today, and I hope that you feel a little more connected to who you are. And I hope that you received that message of hope that she wanted to make sure you got. Thank you so much for watching. I am so excited. Continue watching, continue supporting, and continue following us on all the socials, because we're going to continue bringing all these amazing guests your way, because your voice and all of our voices need to be unmuted. Until next time. What you just heard wasn't just a story. It was a spark, a glimpse into the heart of a woman living her purpose, and a reminder that when one woman shares, another woman wakes up to what's possible. These aren't just conversations, they're catalysts. I'm your host, Anjali Marshall, and this is the Unmuted Podcast, where voices rise, stories connect, and purpose finds its volume. Until next time, friends, stay unmuted.